Recruiter here, the headless headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resumes. The resume we have up first is a data analyst. So what we're looking for in a data analyst is, well, data, but also your degree, industry. So this is where it's going to get a little bit different, and I can't get all the qualifications for every industry. So like for healthcare, they'd want HIPAA. For software, they want SDLC. We do want SQL. We want data visualization, stakeholders, explaining complex topics to non-technical people. And then this is the big one that almost every single data analyst messes up on, which is how you solved a problem with the data, not what the data is. Everybody focuses on what the data actually is rather than what you do with the data, which is what we care about. MS Office, macros, pivot tables, VLOOKUPs, Word, Python, R, multiple projects and deadline, and a bonus for cloud. So this person has a 1 in 100 ratio, which is not great. And a ratio is how many applications it takes to get a single interview. Anything below 1 in 50 is good. Anything above 1 in 50 is bad. Also, I was wrong. This person did not give me their ratio. They did give me a note, but let's see if I can find these qualifications in 20 seconds first, and then I will read what they said. So, go. All right. Excel is fine. Okay, kind of tell me. What is this? Cleaned and transformed raw data? No. I mean, this one maybe. Feasibility, dashboards. What did you use for the dashboards? Periodic performance. Okay, so no. This would be a yeet. I would unfortunately have to yeet this resume because I just did not find enough stuff, right? Like I did find MS Excel, which is good. I did find what you did with the data, despite it being a little bit difficult, but I need 75% of these to move you forward. So let me read what this person wrote. My career has been a mess so far, and I had picked the data analyst field just before AI blew up. My previous experience is not relevant, but I did my best to reframe it to highlight the relevant skills. I've applied to 250 plus jobs so far and only gotten 2 phone calls. So again, that's not good. That's like 125 ratio. Not good. I don't think my resume makes it past the ATS. It's probably not the case. People misunderstand what ATSs are. It's been disheartening. Yeah, that's true. So first off, your resume is bad. I'm just saying that. That doesn't mean you are bad. But your resume is bad. Your resume does not contain almost any of the things that I would actually need to move you forward, specifically for a data analyst. Maybe for another role, like a business coordinator or marketing analyst, it would. But you chose data analyst, and if I don't see what I need for data analyst, I cannot move you forward. So the second thing is the ATS rejecting you? No, probably not. The reason I say that is because people don't understand what an ATS is. An ATS, the vast majority of them on the market, are really just filing cabinets for recruiters. That's what they are. They're electronic filing cabinets. And what an electronic filing cabinet does in this case is it just sorts your resume in the order you applied. So if you are applying late and there are already like 350 applicants ahead of you, then yes, the ATS could technically be hurting your chances since they would probably find who they need before they got to you. But if you apply early, then the ATS, again, it's in the order you applied. So the goal is to apply early. And this is not just timing. It's just how many other people are ahead of you in the system because it is first come, first serve. So some roles get 500 applicants within the first 30 minutes. And if you don't apply within the first 10 minutes, you're not going to get seen. Some jobs, though, are open for over 3 weeks. And if you apply, you will get seen almost immediately. So it's how many other people have already applied, not just the length of time it's been open. But saying that, even if you are first in line, you are going to get rejected because the resume is bad. And that is the problem with this, is you just don't tell me anything, right? You said, analyze campaign and promotion data in Excel. Okay, that's something I'm looking for. You tell me how. Improving outreach strategies. I don't know why that's relevant. And ranking among top 3 in lead generation. But why is that relevant? I'm sure that's good. And then this is where you lost me, which has contributed to a 30% boost in top 5 Google rankings. I don't care about 30% boost. Also, what do you mean contributed to? Did you get somebody coffee and that person, because you gave them coffee, moved you up to 30%? That I want to see more detail about what you did, right? I want to know, why was that important? Why is it important for your company to rank top 3 in lead generation? And what did you do specifically for that? And then the problem is, nothing else here I actually need, right? Like collaborating with designers and transforming raw data, that's not what I'm looking for. Now, if you said, spoke with the design team to explain complex data sets so that they could make X better, yeah, that would be something I'm looking for. But cleaned and transformed and collaborated, no, that's not it. Conducted data-backed feasibility assessments for solar projects, analyzing technical factors to demonstrate investment viability. No, that's too technical. Like, everybody complains that recruiters are idiots, but no, everybody writes their resume like you need a PhD to understand it. Like, we have 20 seconds. That's it. That's all we get. And you have written almost nothing here that I needed, right? So this, you kind of had me until the percentage, and you don't want to put percentages in. And then you go down here, and I am looking for dashboards, but I'm looking for visual data visualization dashboards. Is an MIS dashboard a data visualization? I don't know. You did not tell me. So your big problem is just I don't see enough. And then I go down here, and again, nothing here I need. It's to uncover patterns of global wealth income. Again, don't need this. The world needs it, but I personally don't for this role. Queried again. You don't tell me how you use SQL. You don't tell me how you use Tableau. It has to be here. You cannot just write it here. So your resume has failed. It's not the ATS, it is your resume. Your resume needs to look like this. It needs to be this basic. Whether you're a software engineer or a cashier or a data analyst or a PhD scientist, you need your resume to look like this and be this basic and understandable. This is why you are not getting a job. This is specifically why it is, in fact, your resume. Let's go to the next resume. But before we do, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you ever need more help, you can join me on my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST. That is where I get these qualifications, and I give interview tips and more things than I can do on a YouTube video at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And now, the next resume. This is a resume of a full stack software developer. So what we're looking for in full stack is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, GraphQL, SQL, React.js, API, RESTful API, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, one of .NET or Python or Java, and bonus points for architecture, extra language, Git, and DevOps. So let's see if I can find that in 20 seconds. Go. Okay. Ordering system. I mean, that's good. RESTful APIs if I throw in the front end. Okay. I need more details with this. This is not the worst, but CI/CD. I mean, it's, again, this is a bit of a problem of, like, again, we're not looking for keywords, we're looking for qualifications, and I want to know what these applications were, right? Like, you just say develop 5 full stack SaaS applications. Well, like, for what? This part is okay. I just need a little bit more information. And then automated a client's ordering system is fine, but again, you already mentioned JavaScript, SQL here. You don't need to mention it again here. You want to mention it here, right? So it's okay to double up on the qualifications in different roles, but you don't want to double up on them in the same role. So saying developed 5 full stack applications using blah, blah, blah is fine, but then you don't want to immediately repeat them here. You want to repeat them here. So deployed RESTful APIs is good. And again, you already mentioned that. Efficient version control, project life. Okay. Open source contributor is good. Mentored new students, and again, so this is where you want to put JavaScript again, which you did, which is good. Postgres, fostering a supportive OS, streamlined CID. Again, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's kind of bare bones. I'd want more. I don't think this is the worst thing ever. I want to be clear. You could maybe move forward with this, although where is the education? Maybe you did not graduate, in which case you were right to put it off. So let me read what this is. The most recent resume has been updated multiple times after viewing your streams and going through your guide. After making drastic changes, I have come to this resume. So far, after 15 to 20 applications, I received my first interview. Perfect. Good. This is a drastic change from my old resume where I would send 80 to 100 and never receive a callback. Regarding my job search, I would go off and on the past 6 months where I would apply between 1 to 2 applications a day, then took it a break after feeling burnt out. I don't blame you. Job searching is exhausting. For 2025, I started applying for jobs in late June. 3 applications a day. Around mid-late October, found your channel, and I've already received an interview for a mobile dev. You are aware this is different from the job title. However, I felt your skills could translate into mobile dev, so I took a shot. And you were right. They do. That was good. Good call. I plan on being in your stream and able to view this. If you have any questions, ask me. Okay, perfect. So they are in this stream, and I am going to I'm going to help them more after this video, but for right now, I'm ignoring them until I, finish with this part of the video. So my thoughts on this, again, it is not terrible. This is not awful. It's that I just need a little bit more context, right? Like what were some of the clients? What space? I would like Agile and I would like Cloud. It's possible you have not done that, and that is understandable. Let's see. Is there anything else I'm really missing here? Yeah, I just need a little bit more, right? So you have almost every bullet point is one line, and it's okay to go past a page, right? That's okay. And then you have technical skills. I don't need that. Yeah, I just need a little bit more. I think that's my big thing. But it does get interviews, which it shows. I also did want to warn you and everybody else that we are now, at the time of recording this, in November 5th. And recruitment basically shuts down between the week before Thanksgiving to January, the second week of January. So if you notice that you fixed everything and all of a sudden your ratio tanks between, again, the week before Thanksgiving and then until the second week of January, do not panic. This is normal. Even a fantastic, amazing, phenomenal resume may get no traction during that times. I call it the recruiting wasteland because everybody is sick or out of the office and budgets get reconciled and roles get shut down and nobody can connect because Bob is sick and then I'm on vacation. And when I come back from vacation, the candidate is on vacation. And then when the candidate and myself are back, the manager ends up going on vacation. And then when the manager comes back, the candidate gets sick. So it's really a nightmare. Almost nothing. Like, I don't want to say nobody gets hired because that would be incorrect, but your ratios don't count from those times. So don't panic. It's normal. It happens literally every year. Every single year it does that. But the plus side is after the second week of January, that is the biggest job boom of the year. From second week of January till the end of March. That is the biggest hiring spree of the year. So for this person, I'm going to help them on my stream. For everybody else, we're going to the next resume. This is a resume of a new grad software engineer / full stack developer. Except it's not. It's not. You need to pick one. A full stack dev is going to be different than a backend Java dev versus a backend Python dev versus a backend .NET dev versus a front end dev. I am aware that backend and front end combined mean full stack, but weirdly enough, these jobs are asking for different skills. So I am only going to view this through the lens of a full stack software engineer. Maybe this is a fantastic backend Python role or a phenomenal front end, but that doesn't matter. I'm going with full stack because that's what you wrote, and they are different. Again, to quote a person in my chat, is it doesn't matter if you are Steve Jobs. If you apply to be a sushi chef and you don't have any experience with being a sushi chef, you are going to get rejected. I don't know why I cannot say that word right. Anyway, let's go. So you already know the qualifications from the last one. And go. All right, Python is good. I don't need Excel, which is weird because almost everybody else. Pandas is AI. It's a bonus. Cloud VIP. What is this? Yeah, there's like nothing here. Okay, and AWS, so that's at least good. And I see API out of the corner of my eye. And Node. So that was the only thing I saw. I saw 4 things. I saw Python, AWS, Node, and API, which not a success makes. So this would definitely be yeeted because, again, you need about 75% to move forward. Although specifically with full stack, I better see TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS in the front, very first part of your resume. Although sometimes Python can replace TypeScript. So, what did this person write? I have been searching and I haven't received any interviews. I am applying to any new grad or entry-level software engineer roles. Also, if anybody hears weird stuff in the background, that is my dog chewing a toy very loudly. Yeah, you're chewing very loudly. Don't look at me like that. You're interrupting a video. I love you. Okay. All right. So basically they're applying to anything entry level. My resume is mostly full stack. No, it's not. You have like nothing for full stack. But I apply to anything I feel I have about 75% of the minimum qualifications for. That is good. That is what you should be doing. I don't apply for jobs that have a stack or requirements I don't have experience for, like Java or C++, but anything JavaScript, TypeScript, React. But where is it on your resume? Did I look at the wrong one? Maybe I looked at the wrong resume. Hold on. Maybe I looked at the wrong resume. I did not. It is this one. Yeah. Like you mentioned the right things I'm looking for, but they're literally nowhere in your resume. I am Canadian, but I'm going to start applying to American jobs under the TN visa. And hope you can provide some insights to maximize my chances. You need to explain how we can work with that visa. To my knowledge, the TN visa is like literally a form and you're good because of trade agreements, but it's so rare that we rarely deal with it. So you are going to have to, between your education and this part, just put, as I am on a TN visa, any company can work with me, blah-de-blah-de-blah. So you need to explain how we can work with you. Although a bigger issue, unless you're applying to a remote role, is you will need to relocate. And relocation is a giant, giant yellow flag. So you also will need to say, can move to X by Y date, can move earlier, sooner. So that you have a couple of things that are really going to hurt your chances, which is people don't know that they can work with TN visas, and the fact that relocating is a giant yellow flag. So not red flag, again, but very close. Very reddish yellow flag. Thank you so much for the work you do. I've been following and it's amazing. Good. I'm glad to help out. So your big problem, not counting the TN visa, not counting the relocation stuff, is the fact that I can't find anything in this resume. Like, where's TypeScript? There it is. I missed that because this doesn't count. It has to be here. Where's the other part of TypeScript? There it is. I didn't even get to it because this is too terrible to read. So, your issue is both a content and formatting issue. You need to make it look like this. You need to highlight all of this, and then I need you to hit Control-B twice on your keyboard. And then I want you to do the same down here because none of this should be bolded. So, then we go into the actual bullet points. In fact, I would recommend redoing this whole resume. There's like practically nothing I can salvage here. So, you were only here for like 3 months. This wasn't an internship, and the only thing that was relevant is Python and maybe Pandas, because AI can be a little bit of a bonus. I would recommend probably not even keeping this on your resume. And then we have this down here, which, again, there's nothing here I need. It's not relevant. So the reason you would want to keep these on here is that it shows you could work at a place for a long time, which is a green flag, but you didn't. If anything, it shows the opposite. So you might want to legitimately just remove all of your work experience. Then we go down here, and where's your education? Okay, all the way at the bottom. Nobody can see it. You need to put it up at the top. Okay, so again, education should be here. And then this needs to be deleted, and it needs to be here. So your actual experience starts here. Designed and developed and tested a platform code supporting live audio, video, AWS. So you're a full stack software engineer. That's what you're applying to. Your first sentence needs to say TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. All right. And then you want to put AWS and then in parentheses Chime SDK. AWS is good. You were right to put that in. But like you said that you're applying for roles that you meet the minimum qualifications for. I literally do not see that on this resume. Because remember, I cannot use this. This does not count. This does not count. I need it to be in a bullet point or else it does not count. And you need to describe how you did it and the reason and result of you doing it. Designed a responsive front end with Node.js, Next.js, React.js, TypeScript is great. And then I don't care about Redux or RTK or Tailwind CSS. If you use CSS, just say CSS. It's a high probability the person is not going to be aware there's a difference between Tailwind CSS and CSS, and they may just reject you because they see Tailwind and think it's something different. So unless it is different, that's the problem. We don't know, and you need to explain it to us. Sometimes you need to explain it to the manager too, and then this is mostly irrelevant. Like, this is a fine sentence. So yeah, you basically show you meet none of the qualifications. I need you to just delete this resume and start again. I need you to do it in this format so it's actually easy to read. I need you to write it like this. Okay, this is how you write it. And then I need you to put in the very first part TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. That is your guide. That will be how you get roles. If you literally just put used TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS to create a full stack web application in an AWS environment, you will immediately start getting interviews. So your problem is this is a also terrible resume that shows you meet none of the qualifications. All right, that is your problem. If you are applying to roles where you do meet the qualifications, you have to show it. And this does not show it. Let's go to the next resume. This is another full stack software engineer. This was not intentional. I think the next resume is not full stack. I don't know why they're all full stack today. So I don't need to repeat this stuff. I can go over it again. So let's go. All right. TypeScript, React, Node.js, HTML, CSS, good. Collaborative with senior RESTful APIs, okay. This is not bad so far. And then intern, and then nothing. So yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, a big problem with this is that that's like not far long ago, so you're going to have to figure out why. You're still, oh, that's an internship. Okay. Weird. Okay, and then this is not needed. So, okay, let me read what they said, because this one's confusing me. I have been cold emailing, attending events and hackathons. Okay, well, cold emailing usually does not work. It says you have a 1 in 100 ratio, which, again, does not shock me. Although a bigger issue is, are you looking for internships? Hold on. Oh, you're looking for internships. Okay, that changes this. That explains it. This is not a full stack software engineer. This is a software engineer intern. Okay, hold on. That requires a different set of things that I'm looking for. This makes sense. I was like, why was it like that? Something was off, and I was proven correct. So, what we're looking for in an intern is different. Weirdly enough, interns for software engineers don't need to pick a stack. When you graduate and you're looking for your first real, full-time role, you do need to pick a stack. But interns are interns. Sometimes sometimes masters and PhD level interns are a little bit different, but most of the time it's really just your degree, a basic knowledge of the tech stack, and the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. So let's see if I can find that in 20 seconds. And go. So I did see a basic tech. That is good. And this is not a strong sentence. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. So it's not bad, but it could be better. Okay, so here's where I think we have some things that can be fixed. This is not a tear it down and redo it. So one of the things for interns is you need to make sure they can work together with others. And I understand you put collaborating with senior engineers. The problem is collaborating is too broad of a word. Did you bring them a coffee once and was that your collaboration? Or did you attend weekly meetings with the software engineering team, getting feedback on your code to implement before the next meeting? Because the second one is something I would need to move you forward, right? So worked with senior engineers and met weekly with senior engineers to go over my code, to design a RESTful API, RESTful and GraphQL API integrating whatever, and then I would change it for the next meeting. So this is the problem, is collaborating does not mean working with others. I know that sounds weird, but it's too broad of a word. I need you to be specific about how you worked well with others. So, like, contributing, what do you mean contribute? Again, did you go to weekly meetings? Did you go back and forth on reviews of your code? Did you get mentored by specific people and made sure to speak during the scheduled meetings? So your tech is fine, right? I just need a more detail about how you worked well with others and you took direction and criticism. Beyond that, what you should do is delete this. This part doesn't matter. This should be 2 lines max, right? Keep the GPA major one. This is good. You want to show that you have a 3.6. This should be on 1 line if you can fit it. Sorry, this should be on 1 line. It keeps doing the bottom one. I can't do that. All right, the first 2, these 2 should be on 1 line. This should be on the 2nd line. And then we go down here, and then nothing here should be bolded. But other than that, it's an okay resume. So interns are very competitive, so a 1 in 100 is not great, but it could be a lot worse. So if you just change those things, your ratio should improve dramatically. So remember, to repeat, we're adding actual details about how you worked well with others. All right, actual details. We're working about, we're fixing the formatting, and that's kind of it, right? Really, it's just formatting and fixing that. So that's all I can do for this one. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a C#.NET software engineer. So what we need for them is .NET, C#, SQL, Cloud, Azure, AWS, GCP, MVS, Microsoft Visual Studio, Git, Agile, RESTful API, CI/CD, front end. I don't know why front end was very popular with C#.NET, but it was. So JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, cross-functional, DevOps, and ASP.NET. Again, I understand DevOps is different. It was just a common qualification I saw. So let's find out if I can find those in 20 seconds, because they did not give me a ratio, but they are in chat right now. So let's go. Oh, I despise this formatting. Okay, bachelor's you have. MySQL is good. HTML, CSS, C-shirts. Okay. Models, Git test, Jira, GitLab, MATLAB, end user feedback. This is so hard to read. Okay. Man. Okay, so you did this for 2 years? Wait, why is this in reverse chronological order? Why is this in the wrong order? Wait, so this is first. What? Okay. I despise this formatting, and as somebody in chat said correctly, I am going to lose my mind over it. So, okay, formatting is atrocious. One of the worst I have seen in a long time. Actual bullet points, not terrible, though. So, we have SQL, right, in the first part. You showed me how you did it, architected, which is a good word to use. Scalable models in MySQL. I would have preferred that the C# be up first. And then this has some of the stuff I'm looking for. And then GitLab, I don't think I need it. Corrected feedback. Test cases for Git CI/CD is okay-ish. And then we go down here, and then we go down here. So again, it's not, the bullet points are not terrible. I just need more, right? Like, that's kind of my problem with this resume as a whole, is it just doesn't give me quite enough. I would still like, do I even see any .NET? Like, the bullet points are not terrible, but I only see about 40% of what I need to move you forward. So, I just need more. Formatting-wise, cast this into the fire. Let it not see the light of day ever again, because this is a nightmare to read. And most people are not going to be able to go down because this is just so chaotic. See, so what am I missing here? I found CI/CD. Also, like, never do this. Never do chronological order. of first come first serve on what you've done on your job thing, because this is, you should do your most recent experience first. All right, so the junior web dev should be first. This should be your first bullet point, which has some stuff, right? Java, JavaScript, CI/CD. That's good. I did see the front end. And jeez Louise, bro. This is not escaping unscathed. I have GitLabs and CI/CD. I have a little bit of C#. I have SQL. Again, I am missing cloud. I am missing cloud, and I am missing .NET. So yeah, these are just the things that I'm missing, right? Like, again, it's not terrible. It's just you need to add a little bit more. I only found, I think, after relooking at this, about 40% of what I need. I just need that other 40% to move you forward. Really, I only need the other 35%, but that's hard to calculate. So that's all I can do for this one. This resume hurts my soul, and I'm going to yell at you in chat. I'm not going to actually yell at you. I don't like being mean. I don't enjoy it. I want to be clear. I just know that being direct helps people more than saying, oh, you did such a good job. Well, no, it's bad. But I don't like making people feel bad. I just hope that this being the most direct, brutal criticism you ever have will be beneficial so that you can actually get a job and feed your family. So if you ever need more help like this person does, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter, who I'm going to talk to after this because, again, they are in chat. And I'm here to help you all get ahead of your job search. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.